start this with an open letter to the anti-WTHs. I was blind, ignorant, and gullible. Forgive me. Dear anti-WTHs media ecosystem, trademark, forgive me, for I have sinned. I see who Jeremy Hales really is. He's not the guy who gave away trailers and helped towns rebuild or taught people how to hustle and save their homes. No, according to your gospel, he's something far more sinister. A manipulative cult leader who tricked 730,000 subscribers into thinking he was genuine while secretly orchestrating a plot to trick me. Because he's evil, obviously. Why would a man with such a successful media brand do all that? He's evil. Because all those charity drives and giveaways, smoke and mirrors, the real Jeremy. He's the child-hating, money-obsessed, content-hungry puppet master you say he is. You win. You've convinced me. I have finally seen the light. And I mean, by light, I mean the flickering bug zapper hanging over Lisa's head during her 3-hour stream about how CPS, Jeremy Hales, Bigfoot, and the Illuminati are all in Lynette's bushes. I once believed in evidence. I once trusted transcripts, facts, and common sense. I was naive, a fool. An absolute R-tard in Velcro shoes riding the short bus to logic school. But then, your brilliance. It opened my eyes. Like a meth-fueled sunrise over a swamp filled with turtle dung and restraining orders, your message has finally pierced the thick fog of my reason. I have changed. I have repented. I am here to tell the world I am joining the anti-WTHs movement. I know you're stunned. But hear me out. I watched Lisa Weeks, her 47-part documentary series, Jeremy Hales Eats Babies and Other Truths I Found in My Couch Cushions, or the continued Jeremy Hales ruined my macrame career and also maybe the world. It moved me to tears. The libel so thick it came with its own cholesterol warning. It was art, not because I was convinced it was convincing, but because I stabbed myself in the retina with a pen just to make the video stop buffering. Every time she streams, the collective IQ of the internet drops 3 points. She's the reason YouTube has a report button, but I believe her now. Because believing her means never needing to check your facts again. Lisa doesn't report, she channels. She feels the truth in her bones, bones that creak under the weight of every unverified allegation whispered into her DMs from sock accounts with usernames like TruthSeeker420, Baby Killer Hunter. I listened to Bubbles scream about Jewish conspiracies, macaroni theft, and content litigation, and suddenly I understood. Not law, of course, but how powerful delusion can be when mixed with arrogance and a head injury. I mean, how can I ignore a man who tried to pay a minor $100 for audio clips, then bragged about it with caps locks on while demanding people call him a victim? A man so deeply misunderstood. He mistook bribery for a child for evidence as a legitimate legal strategy, the soul of the movement. The only attorney who could file a motion cite himself as a source and writes court pleadings like they're angry blog posts from someone denied a free oil change. Bubbles taught me that if you repeat a lie with confidence and type half your emails in caps lock, it becomes legal precedent, especially if you file the same motion 4 times and call the judge biased when it gets denied. Bubbles is the hero we never asked for. A self-appointed defender of Preston who somehow managed to make Lisa Weeks look stable. He files motions like a raccoon knocking over trash cans, hoping one contains a bar license that hasn't been revoked. He once wrote a legal motion accusing Jeremy of fabricating storylines right before leaking deposition content to Weeks like a soggy Game of Thrones script. I was floored. Lynette, call me Lacey today, Preston. Oh, Saint Michelle. Patron saint of tortoise rescues that don't exist and GoFundMe grifts. Her journey touched me. No, she is a misunderstood prophet. A vision in camo print and passive-aggressive Facebook post, particularly the part where she claimed Jeremy stalked her while also admitting she moved across the street from him, begged for leap ads, and posted signs accusing him of being a predator, like she was running a smear campaign in a yard sale at the same time. Who wouldn't be inspired? Even Cook, glorious, gun-waving Cook, who treats property lines like suggestions and treats like foreplay, threats like foreplay, had me convinced. That's a man who knows how to defame with style. He can't spell, he can't testify without incriminating himself, but damn it, he can trespass and post lies on Facebook like a seasoned professional. I have now learned that's not defamation. That's just Otter Creek courtroom flair. To think Jeremy Hales might have been telling the truth, that perhaps a man who built a platform on dumpster diving and life lessons wasn't actually the grand puppet master of a multi-state child trafficking ring organized through leap pads and yard signs. It was all too much. I had no choice. I fell to my knees before the holy trinity of delusion, Facebook, fake legalese, and flat-out fabrication. Thank God I had guides, enlightened ones, true tellers, warriors of justice who use Gmail and Substack instead of, say, subpoenas or therapy. I speak, of course, of Vomit, my North Star in this journey of unlearning, a man of such towering intellect and integrity that he sends a year-old divorce filings to journalists as breaking news. Truly, if legal understanding were plumbing, Vomit would be clogged toilet screaming into a bidet. He caught me. The court records only matter if you misread them, and only after checking with Lynette Preston, your most reliable source, if you're trying to identify the opposite of what's true. This is a man who can't keep a friend or a job or coherent thought longer than it takes to hit send on another unsolicited email. His journalistic career didn't die. It fled the scene, left a suicide note, and joined the witness protection program just to avoid being associated with him. Vomit taught me the true meaning of obsession. It's just not enough to hate Jeremy Hales. You have to wake up thinking about him, bathe in screenshots of his live streams, and write 6,000-word Substack screeds because Megan Fox won't return your DMs anymore. I've since studied the sacred texts of how to weaponize Substacks when no one will publish you. It was a journalist until facts got in the way, and of course Megan Fox stopped returning my messages, so now I attack her professionally. His emails touched me, mostly because I went without gloves. Vomit is more than a man. He's of movement. Bowel movement mostly, but still. Then there's Paint Chip. Ah, yes, the sovereign slayer of syntax, the beady-eyed jackwagon barrister of bullshit, a man whose legal expertise was forged not in Harvard, but in the fires of men's rights Facebook groups and bath salt withdrawals. Paint Chip once looked into a mirror and said, yes, I can represent people. The state bar is just being mean. And who are we to question a man who files manifestos dressed as motions? These two prophets led me to the truth. That all legal processes are lies unless they benefit Preston, that Jeremy Hales is simultaneously a millionaire media mogul and a homeless grifter, a child stalker, a mastermind of digital brainwashing, and somehow too dumb to know copyright law. I'm in. I believe. I'm reborn. I now understand that facts are a matter of vibe, that editing video clips out of context is a constitutional right, that libel is just free speech with flair, that platforms like Millstown Best are not the digital equivalent of yelling into a ham sandwich. No, they are the new Washington Post. If you squint hard enough, the fleas become 60 Minutes. And then what timing? Right as the bandwagon is picking up speed. There's a fresh wave of internet saviors hopping on like it's a clown car driven by Keezy with no brakes and a beer in each hand. You all inspire me. Not with your evidence, you don't have any, but with your dedication to being confidently stubborn, defiantly wrong. That takes commitment. That takes the kind of brain damage you have to earn. And now I want to help. I want to help my shell finish her house with settlement money she's hoping to grift. I want to help Bubbles finish his next court-sanctioned letter. I assume it starts with dear, your honor. I want to help Fleece upload yet another dead air stream from her haunted iron lung. I want to help sell Temu rocks and charge shipping while I don't send them out. Yes, I'm in. I'm one of you now. I have already started writing on your fake What the Hell's Facebook page under my new username, Ray Bone Crusher Fan 69. I posted a comment about how Jeremy is actually 3 raccoons in a trench coat. Everyone believed me. It was magical. The deeper I go, the more enlightened I feel, like I've joined the League of Internet Justice, except the justice part was replaced with projection, slander, and illiteracy. It all makes sense now. I'm done asking questions. I'm done reading court documents in full. I'm ready to believe every out-of-context quote, every sock puppet stream, and every vaguely worded threat that somehow ends with, "for the children." Yes, yes, I'm yours. I'm with you now. But I must confess one last thing. I wouldn't join your bottom-feeding misinformation cult if it came with a free timeshare and a coupon off $5 for a dignity transplant. I'm not interested in your lawsuits built from paper mache and paranoia. I don't want to sip tea with people who think libel is a lifestyle, and I sure as hell don't want to be on the side of people who spell concern like concern, while accusing others of being PDFs without a single shred of proof. Your movement is built on rage, resentment, receipts that lead nowhere. You scream about stalking while posting about Jeremy 19 hours a day. You shout about child safety while exploiting your own sympathy clicks. You scream victim while holding the Sharpie that wrote the signs. You're not activists. You're not warriors. You are the content. And every time you go live or email a journalist or send out another unhinged Substack screed written like Mad Lib's indictment, all you do is prove the point. So thank you. Thank you for reminding me why I do what I do, why I keep exposing your lies, your contradictions, and your laughable attempts at legal warfare. Because in the end, I didn't switch sides. I just came over to turn your mic off. Yours eternal, mockering, Shizzywhiznut, Grand Marshal of the Short Bus Parade, still wearing Velcro, still not buying your crap, and most definitely, your daddy.